Good morning. This is Aline, and this is a update on the deck garden. The heat has really been taking its toll. We've had temperatures in the 90s, low 90s, but still. The tomatoes I just can't seem to keep them watered, which you'll see there's a wine bottle acting as a slow release waterer. Hopefully it'll kick in soon. I just put it in yesterday. These slow release drip waters that I've been using for the peppers seem to be working quite well. Amazon, really inexpensive plastic bottles. Oh, the dogs have arrived. The tomatillos are really producing. I subscribe to the M.I. Gardner theory that you know when they're ready when they fall off. So when I pick them up out of the pot, they're ready. So I've got at least half a dozen so far in just a couple of days, and hopefully there'll be a lot more. The serranos are starting to turn red. I've cut several. We've cooked with one. It was hot, but delicious. These beans are starting to peter out, which is to be expected. They're determinate bush beans. I think we'll get some more still, but not a huge amount. They're also quite delicious. They do turn green when you cook them, so there's no difference when you're looking at them in your bowl. So, the flowers are doing their thing. There's a few more strawberries. Sometimes they don't get ripe. Sometimes, so it's hard to know what we're going to get. Bell peppers, those are starting to turn red. The other ones are starting to turn a purpley color, look like. We'll see. I know we can start picking those anytime, probably. This is the squash experiment. It's growing quite well. We still don't know what kind of squash it's going to be. Would think not zucchini, since zucchini doesn't vine, but we'll see. This lettuce is bolted. I really do need to pull it out. The cabbage is doing okay. Some of the beets are doing okay. Let me turn this around. The beets are better on this side, and so is the cabbage. It just all depends on which side. I got to make sure I turn it all the time. Let's see, what else? So we have these tomatoes are doing better than those tomatoes, which is funny since this one is the one that got broken in the storm, but they're getting ripe. In fact, I'll be picking some of those in a minute. The other green stalk with the beans, they're starting to bloom. Seems like I see a bean, so I think we'll be having beans on that very soon. The kale continues to do what kale does. The carrots are growing. That's all. I'm harvesting the kale. I had a delicious kale and pear salad last night. Herbs doing splendidly in the top layer. My leeks are getting ready to be transplantable. I look forward to doing that. I just got to pull that one cabbage out of the garden, and then I'll have space. Onions. So the one that went to seed, and if you stick your hand down in there, there is definitely no bulb. This is the bottom of a green onion, but when I stick my finger in there, there is a bulb, and there is definitely a bulb in that. And like I said, these are all onions that I grew from sprouts in my pantry. So free food, you can do it. The purple Murasaki pepper is gorgeous. I've picked a few of them. We haven't eaten any yet because I'm not quite sure what to do with them. Sue Kelly, who gave me the plant, said they're snacking peppers, but I don't snack on peppers, so I'm not quite sure what I should do with them. Anybody has any suggestions, leave them in the comments. The poblanos are doing okay. The heat is getting to them a little. Really have to struggle to keep it watered. And that's the purplish basil, the Amarata, and it's doing all right. I just keep cutting it back. I actually was able to root some of it just from putting it in water. This is some of our haul this morning. These are spaghetti squash, even the green one. It's a different variety. I bought 2 containers at Lowe's, and one of them turned out to be the white and one of them turned out to be green. Cucumbers, purple beans, tomatillas, the purple murasakis, the serranos, and then also some beans from the back, the Kentucky Blue Lakes, and also some scarlet runner beans. Yeah, things are starting to happen. Well, this has a much different look and feel than it did in the video I shot last week. The green stalks are here because I was hoping that getting more space would create more airflow and thus cooler temperatures. The beans I planted in the green stalk are not doing great. Probably a combination of heat and puppies. They look like they're putting on new growth since all the rain. But I think I am going to be moving these out to a different part of the yard. Putting them on the dirt, straight onto the grass might help. This nasturtium is blooming. This is one I planted from seed. The tomatilla is still producing. Probably gotten about a pound off of it so far. I'm just letting them fall out. When they fall out, they're ripe. The tomatoes are doing okay. I've been picking quite a few. I mean, handfuls. But to be honest, that's all I really want. The flowers are just not doing great. That is doing okay. The popcorn plant. There's tomatoes I need to get in the ground. They were rooted from suckers. The dahlias have taken a huge hit. Those 2 peppers are doing well, the murasaki and the serrano. All the other peppers I moved to the in-ground bed in the back because it gets afternoon shade, and they definitely seem to have improved. Now, I don't know whether it's the shade or the fact that we've had so much rain. The strawberries are trying to die on me. Yeah, it's just a mess. So here's the other dying dahlias. Yeah, too hot. So this was an interesting experiment. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. No, the beans. I mean, they're still blooming and they've still got a few beans on them, but I think they're done. Time to pull them out, plant something else there. I think I'm definitely going to have to figure out a way to put in some shade here. That's the only option I think that I have. Anyway, that's just a down and dirty look at what's going on the deck garden, which just goes to prove that in gardening, not everything is sunshine and roses or even tomatoes and peppers. Thanks for watching.